Hey, first grade. Today we are going to work on an activity with some cards from your student book. So you need to pull out pages 67 and 69. You'll need a pair of scissors, a pencil, and a piece of paper. So go ahead and take some time to grab those materials and then come back. Today our target is I can estimate the amount of time it takes to complete daily tasks. So you have these cards in your student book that look like this on pages 67 and 69. And we would do a different activity in class, but we're going to modify it a little bit to make it work for online learning. So your job is going to be to look at the pictures, read the words, and estimate how much time it takes to do that activity. But let's remember that when we're estimating, it's a reasonable guess. You would never say it takes an hour to brush your teeth or it takes 1 minute to play a computer game. So as you're estimating, think about the activity and how long it takes you to do in your life. Nobody brushes their teeth for an hour, and nobody is going to get on for 1 minute to play a computer game. So really think through and make those reasonable guesses. So step 1 is to write out the estimates for each task. So watching TV, that might take me 30 minutes, but you might take an hour or you might take 15 minutes. So make sure that it's individual to you and it makes sense. Opening your lunchbox, that might take me like 7 seconds to do. Going to soccer practice. Now, I don't play soccer, but maybe I play baseball or football, or I do something else that's a sport or an activity. And I know that it takes maybe about an hour. So I'm going to say 1 hour. So step 1 is to go through every single one of the task cards on both pages and write out your estimate for the time it takes to complete each task. Make sure that you're writing it inside the box because you're going to cut these out and you don't want to cut the time off. So step 2 is going to be to cut out your cards and sort them by seconds, minutes, and hours. So you will have all of your cards cut out and you're going to grab a piece of paper and you're going to write on, you'll split it into 3 columns. So your first column will be seconds, your middle column will be minutes, and your last column will be hours. And you're going to separate every single task card into whether it takes you a certain number of seconds, if it takes you a certain number of minutes, or if it takes you a certain number of hours. So everything in the seconds column should have an estimated time in seconds. Everything in the minutes column should have an estimated time in minutes. Everything in the hours column should have an estimated time in hours. And once you're all done sorting every single task card, you're going to submit your sort to Dojo. So here's another rundown of your job. On pages 67 and 69, write your estimate for the amount of time each task would take. Cut them out and sort them into seconds, minutes, and hours, and submit your sort to Dojo. So one more time, remember that when you're estimating, you're making a reasonable guess. And if you get stuck, it's okay to ask a family member or maybe your babysitter, whoever's taking care of you, how long it might take them to do something, especially if you run into a job that you don't normally do. Like you don't typically go to soccer practice. So ask a family member, how long do you think a soccer practice would be? And get their input. Remember, your final goal is to submit a picture of your sort to Dojo, and I'll take a look.